G'day guys, it's Hamish and Andy here, and look, we're really sad that we can't be there tonight to celebrate the final episode of a show that's meant so much to us over the years. However...
Yeah, just because we're not there doesn't mean we didn't get you a gift.
The gift of music.
Welcome to the finale of Spicks and Specks, the music quiz show that wants to go out on a high note and is just hoping its voice doesn't crack when we get there. After 7 years, 1 Logie and 276 episodes, it's time to face the final curtain. And our two team captains for every one of those episodes have been the forever man, Alan Brough, and the goodbye girl, Myf Warhurst. Tonight's show will feature a revolving cast of favourites, beginning with Alan's first guest. She's the singer from Killing Heidi and the Verses, who used our Christmas show to unveil her famous homemade gingerbread men. The ladies tell me those little fellas really hit the spot. She's a mover and a shaker, a singer and a baker. It's Ella Hooper. Alan's second guest is one member of comedy trio Tripod, who has not only been a guest 22 times on this show, he has dressed as an elf, played over the closing credits and conducted a choir of angels. He's had a blast, he's had a ball, he's been here and he's done it all. Welcome back, Scott Edgar. Myf's first guest is making his third appearance on our show, and when he's not here, he fills in the time with odd jobs, such as playing the piano, being a pirate, teaching the king how to talk, and picking up the odd gold statuette. Frequently awarded and always applauded, it's Geoffrey Rush. Myf's second guest is a comedian making his 49th appearance on our panel. He's devastated we're declaring the innings just before his half-century. He's the ex-Boy Scout on 49 Not Out. It's Dave O'Neill. Well, welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here for our final show. Yeah. Ella, you were on one of our first ever episodes.
Yeah, it was way back at the very start, I believe.
Yeah,
and
what did you think when you got this call to say, will you come on this show that no one's ever heard of?
Oh, the Helliar.
Really?
Yeah, this show, I mean, even at its very premise, it's a show about music with amazing, funny and musically incredible, you know, the knowledge, and it's a perfect combination. Of course we said yes.
And Scott, you were on board from the very early days as well.
Yeah, I think I helped with workshopping the games before it even ever went to series, this show. So, I mean, I was very strident, it was never going to work.
Well, and Geoffrey, what's lovely is the only reason we knew that you liked the show was you actually said so in an interview.
Yeah, no, I was on in 2008 and my career was going through a real slump. Yeah. And I thought it just might boost my, you know, credibility a bit more.
Was it after that that you got the role in The King's Speech?
Yeah.
Colin Firth sitting at home in his undies. I like that guy.
And Dave O'Neill, what's lovely about you is you've not so much answered questions and participated in a TV show. You've just stalked all of your musical heroes.
I know. I've met so many. Lloyd Cole, who I followed to a nightclub in the 80s. And then Robert Forster from the Go-Betweens, who was sandwiched between me and Alan, a massive Go-Betweens fan.
Yep.
But I like to remember some of the more difficult guests, not you, obviously, Geoffrey. We had Chris Bailey from The Saints.
Oh, yeah.
He was lovely off camera, but on camera he was quite grumpy. And one of the questions was, what was a Village People movie? And it was, You Can't Stop the Music. And me and Myf started singing, You Can't Stop the Music. And he's just like this. And I said, I reckon you can stop the music. And he said, I can and I will.
My favourite moment with Chris Bailey on the show is because he's got long hair and he kind of just came in an old T-shirt. And apparently our producer's son was watching the show and said, Dad, why is that old lady in her pyjamas? Myf and Alan will pick a topic. Everybody will be quizzed on it. Your choices tonight are So Long, Farewell, Auf Wiedersehen, and Adieu.
Hey, nice. Chris Bailey.
Alan.
Adieu.
Why not? Myf.
So long.
OK, we'll start with adieu.
Okay.
Everyone on your buzzers, let's play Spicks and Specks. Your first question for 1 point. Which Beatles song did the team sing at the end of each episode of Young Talent Time?
Close your eyes and I'll kiss you tomorrow.
All my loving.
Thank you, Geoffrey. Yes,
You did what's known in the business as a Chris Bailey.
Yeah.
You shut us down.
Our
didn't you?
show's a good show.
By the way, both Johnny Young and Gavin Wood used to finish Young Talent Time and Countdown respectively with the phrase "Good night, Australia," which is why I adopted it for Spicks and Specks. But during the week, I did a bit of research. There are 2 towns in Australia called Goodnight.
What?
I know. So technically, the people that live there have their mail sent to Goodnight, Australia.
Wow.
And it's never been said before on Australian television. I'd like to say it right now. Hello, good night, Australia. Thank you. Weirdly, there's also a town in Western Australia called Say Hello to Your Mum for Me. Next question for 2 points. The character at the end of the Cold Chisel song, Kay San, is flying out of Sydney. 2 things. Where is he going and how long is it going to take him to get there?
That's train out of Sydney's
Sydney's
almost
gone.
gone.
It's about the Vietnam War, isn't it?
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, yes.
Hong Kong.
Nothing like the kisses. What's the next bit?
How long is it going to take him to get there? Which is
Day
the...
and a half to Hong Kong.
How long does it take?
Too long to Hong Kong, maybe it
7
rhymes.
flying hours.
7 hours, Myf Warhurst. Another 7 flying hours and I'm landing in Hong Kong. Unless there's an ash cloud or you're booked with Tiger Airlines. Finally, in 1969, a festival was billed as 3 days of peace and music. For 3 points, I need 3 things. The name of the festival, the artist that performed last, and the final song he performed. Yes.
So it's Woodstock.
It is Woodstock.
I know Jimmy played Late at Night, but I don't think he was the last one. Who was the
Final artist.
and the song he performed?
Read his face,
Oh,
read
it was
his
something.
face.
Okay, it was something really unexpected, like Tiny
Like the
Tim
Village
or something.
People.
Was it Richie Caven?
It wasn't Richie Havens.
Joe Cocker.
No,
It
no,
wasn't
no one's
Jackson.
got it thus far. It wasn't Michael Jackson. I'm going to throw it to this side.
It wasn't Jimi Hendrix doing the Star Spangled Banner.
It was Jimi Hendrix.
I said that first.
Yeah, no, what you said was, it was Jimi Hendrix, but it was Late at Night, I can't remember, I don't think it was him.
I still said it though.
No, you had to go with the song Star Spangled Banner, it wasn't, so I'll let you guys...
Purple Haze.
No, I'll give you both a clue. Buzz in. The clue is, it was about a trigger-happy, jealous lover.
Hey Joe.
Hey Joe, there it is, 3 points. By the way, do you remember when we had Chip Monk on the show?
Oh,
Who was
man,
the
did he
guy?
take the brown acid?
He was the guy. He was the man who said, don't take the brown acid.
Wow.
And I don't think he took his own advice. And now, Ella, we should point out that since coming on the show, you formed the Verses, and you're now a radio star.
Maybe, yes. Well, I've just started co-presenting the Australian Top 20 Countdown.
Yeah.
So you're the new Casey Kasem.
I
Only that was
don't even
American.
know who that is. Sorry. I'd like to think of myself as the new Myf. No, but just a bit.
Oh, no, gee, there was a little bit of back off, bitch.
I didn't mean it like that.
I just got jealous. At least you've got a job.
All right, let's move on to So Long. Your first question for 1 point. Which local band performed their Farewell to the World concert at the steps of the Sydney Opera House? Yes?
Crowded House.
That well-known Australian band, Crowded House. Actually, yeah, no, there's more Australians in it. Crowded House.
Crowded House it was. Well done, Alan.
Actually, no, there were 2 New Zealanders, an Australian and an American in that
Walked into a
lineup.
bar.
For 2 points. In the chorus of the classic popular song, It's a Long Way to Tipperary, which 2 London landmarks are farewelled?
Piccadilly
Yes.
and Leicester Square.
Yes, 2 points, Alan Doe. Well done.
I know my World War I songs.
Yeah. Every now and again, Alan bears an uncanny resemblance to his own grandmother.
And the strange bit is, when I do resemble her uncannily, it's when I'm smoking a pipe with no pants on.
Your final question. November 2010 saw an iconic band of 90s rockers play their final show on their Sunsets tour. For 3 points, I need 3 things. The band, their final song, and the term for their fanatical followers. Yes.
Powderfinger.
Yes.
Final song, or would it... these days, maybe?
These days it was, yep. And the name of their fans?
The Fingerers.
The fingers.
It's got to be the Fingerers.
I can't believe I'm saying this. It's worse.
What, the Finger Bangers?
Can I just say this is now becoming like a weird, perverted version of The Price is Right? Because you said fingerers and I went worse. And you said finger bangers and I'm thinking better.
Is it got the word finger in it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Finger buns.
No, getting closer though.
Oh,
I have a very odd image in my head for the finger buns. And someone's going like this.
oh, I know. The finger fans.
Oh, almost.
The finger fanatics.
Lady fingers. Lady fingers.
Lady fingers.
Lady fingers.
They're from Queensland. Lady fingers are bananas. It all works.
I'm going to go back and forward from side
Fish
to side.
fingers.
The fish fingers. No. I like it.
Come on, put us out of our misery.
The finger nuts.
How did we not put the word nuts in it?
And look, we're going to bring on our next guest in a second, but before we do, Geoffrey, I know that there's something that's been bugging you about your career, and there might be something that we can help you with. There is a thing in the entertainment industry called an EGOT, which is someone who's won an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar and a Tony. There are 8 EGOT winners, is that right?
I don't know. I found out about this earlier this year when I was doing publicity for the King's Speech, and it came up in so many North American interviews.
Yep.
And I'm a toe. T-O-E.
What are you missing?
A Grammy.
Oh, come on, Milli Vanilli.
but
Milli Vanilli's got one of them.
I've never really thought about it. I mean, it's just not my territory. There's a handful of about 6 or 7 people. I know John Gielgud has got all 4 for acting.
Right.
Because someone like Marvin Hamlish might have it for
Liza
music.
Minnelli?
and-
Whoopi Goldberg, I believe,
Yeah,
has all 4.
but one of hers was as a producer as well. I think.
right.
There's all these different
Produce,
things. But I
produce.
don't know. I haven't got anything up my sleeve.
You
Any
did play
thoughts?
Peter Sellers. He had some musical moments.
Oh yes. Well,
Kind
he was
of.
a genius. I mean, he used to do famous '60s pop songs as characters. You know, he did a very famous one of Sir Laurence Olivier as Richard III, doing "It's a Hard Day's Night." It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night. I should be sleeping like a log, but when I get home to you.
Our next team of guests are ready in the wings. So for now, would you please thank Ella Hooper, Scott Edgar, Geoffrey Rush and Dave O'Neill. At the end of the first round, the scores are Alan, Ella and Scott are on 4 points. Myf, Geoffrey, Dave in front, 7 points. Alan's guests for the next few rounds are an Australian entertainer whose autobiography is entitled Legs 11 and a comedian whose life story should be called Buns 24/7. It's Rhonda Burchmore and Adam Richard. Myth's guests for the next few rounds are a singer who grew up in Brisbane and formed Savage Garden and a comedian who grew up in Woy Woy and was scared of her own backyard. Please welcome Darren Hayes and Felicity Ward. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Adam Richard, you found a little bit of fame through Spicks and Specks.
I did. I'm a YouTube sensation.
You gave a demonstration of how you auditioned for Australian Idol.
Yeah, Australian Idol contestants now use it as, if that show is still on, as a training video.
But didn't someone actually say that to you? Someone who was on Australian Idol?
It was the very last series with Stan Walker when he won, and it was him and a bunch of them, and I was at, like, some function, and I may have had several champagnes and barreled up. When are you all excited? You know, 3 of you are going to lose. And then they were like, oh, what would you know? I went, I know everything. Check out YouTube. And then I bumped into them a few weeks later, and they're like, oh, we totally watched that YouTube. We're all doing that now. The whole thing.
That is the holding the microphone.
Yeah,
and
that's
then...
the Whitney Houston trademark, yeah.
Oh, the clapping. Christina does that a lot.
Yeah.
It
How
looks
to
a little bit
really
like milking
sing.
a cow.
Or
something else.
Not going there.
Let's go there. Let's do it.
God, we're back at finger nuts again. The next round tonight is called Something's Missing. I'm going to show each team an album cover with something blanked out. You have to tell me what's missing. Alan, Rhonda and Adam, you're first. Here is your album. It's the Faith Tones, Jesus Blank Me.
Wow.
It's easy. It's finger nuts. Oh, well, I think Jesus styles me. Good.
There's not enough words.
Hates me.
Jesus does here. Jesus hates me. Jesus touch me. Jesus, feel me. Jesus. Kill me. Jesus, kill me.
Am I the only one that thinks the girl on the right looks suspiciously like Alan Broad?
And Brendan Fraser on the left.
Oh, yeah. Adam, what do you think it is?
I think it's Jesus needs me.
Jesus needs me.
To do his hair.
I think they need a bit of help. Jesus loves me.
I think it's Jesus fill me.
Oh!
Fill me!
Well, yeah, but that's like an evangelical term, being filled with Jesus, being filled with the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, that's pretty
And quite frankly, if anyone needs a filling, it's those three young ladies.
I tell you what, I will accept each one of your answers, and if one of them is right, I'll give you the point.
Really?
Great,
Okay.
that's generous.
It still means we're not going to get it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Let's have a look.
What a bunch of sluts!
Well, they can't afford to be fussy, look at them!
The answer was...
I'll tell you, though, it's always the ones you don't expect.
Thank God we're not coming back after this.
That's what Jesus said.
You know what? I searched the internet for information on the faith tones during the week. I found a blog site where someone asked the question, whatever happened to the faith tones? And I'm not kidding, one person responded, I assume they died of natural selection. Myf, Darren and Felicity, here's your first album. It's Dan Crary, Ladies Blank.
Is it just ladies come and get me?
Is it just a question mark? Ladies? Maybe it's a question before, it's like, ladies in the boot of my car.
He's got to be a ladies' man, doesn't he?
I don't know why he looks like he's got an
extraordinary gentleman's hairstyle.
Yeah, ladies comb over.
I feel really old because he reminds me of Chad Morgan, but I don't think anyone knows who that is.
No.
There's a couple of chuckles in the room.
I was forced to go to pubs as a child and watch Australian entertainers, and one of them looked like that man and did things to me, but that's another story. No,
I'm sorry.
That's not what I meant.
I'm still back at you were forced to go to pubs and watch Australian entertainers.
It seemed normal, though.
Right.
How
How
old
old
a diet of pink lemonade and Sandboys chips.
And John Williamson.
Yeah, or wickety whack sometimes.
Wickety whack?
Oh, it's a Queensland thing. You wouldn't
Wow.
understand. People at Queensland representing.
Excuse me. You're trying to out-bogan me?
I think I win the bogan competition. Thank you very much.
Oh, really?
I'm from Logan.
I am from Woodbury. We are the only town that has a drinking tree.
She made... Did you make that place? Is that a real place?
Yes, I'm actually from a town called Kilcare, which is
Okay, I know
about
where that
10
is.
minutes a bit... you know where Kilcare is, but you don't know where Woy Woy is?
Well, no, but I went to a wedding at Kilcoy once,
It's a different town. Kilcoy or Kilcare?
Oh, Coy, I thought.
That's probably your Logan accent, isn't
Right.
it?
He still looks like Chad Morgan.
And I understand.
So, Ladies Blank.
It's got to be a ladies' man.
Is it ladies' man? Yeah, okay.
Are you happy with any other suggestions?
I tell you
Ladies,
what,
please.
I'll do for you what I did for them. I'll let each of you say a different word, and if
Okay.
one of them's right, then you get the point.
Okay.
I'll go ladies' man.
Okay. Darren.
Device.
Ladies' device.
I can just see the top of his head going like this now.
That's why there's a part.
It's just like...
Let's have a look. Ladies fancy. Do you know what's amazing about that? Is that they probably took like 20 or 30 shots for that album cover, and that was the best one.
It looks like they were just driving along. They're like, hun, we really need a photo. Yeah, well, let's just pull over here. We're on the way to Logan.
Dan Crary is considered right now to be one of the best flat-picking guitarists in the world, bizarrely enough.
What?
He better be good at
to
that.
give us all hope, this is what he looks like now.
Oh, see, better. He looks better.
He's kicked
He's got a
on.
hat on.
And also, he's got... I like how he's got a little version of him playing.
Right. Alan, Rhonda and Adam. Oh, look, and before, do you know what? Before I show you this, Rhonda, you did a gig recently where something was missing.
Oh,
in fact, someone was missing.
Yeah, a big sellout gig for Jerry Lewis at Rooty Hill. And I did a half an hour, and ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the man that you've come to see here at Rooty Hill, Jerry Lewis, and he no-show. Oh, and then the CEO came up and he said, you know, Rhonda, what are we going to do? And I, you know, what can you do when people have come especially to see I was out of the car park.
Screen fire.
Did you at any point just think of coming out with your hair slicked back, just going, oh, ladies? Alan, Rhonda, Adam, here is your second album. It's Little David Wilkins.
Oh, little.
And the album is King of All the Blanks.
King of all the pies.
Is he related to Richard Wilkins? Because it could be King of all the dicks.
Oh, I love that. I like King of all the dicks. I reckon when you flip the record over, it's quite exposing.
That's why he's holding his jacket shut. King of all the dicks, do you want to go with that?
Anything else?
King of all the... You know, the dicks is pretty good.
OK, yes, King of all the dicks, Adam.
Can't edit that out.
All right, let's have a look. It's King of All the Taverns.
If the word taverns was the word dick, we would have got it.
It does kind of beg the question, though, what do you reckon Big David Wilkins looks like? Finally, Myf, Darren, Felicity, here's your last album.
Oh.
It's The Brothers Johnson with...
Is that a fleshlight?
Oh, I know what it is.
It is Blank Up the Night.
It could be Funk Up the Night.
Well, yes, could be.
Well, I think there's definitely the shining of the light.
Yeah.
I think he might be lighting up the night.
Lighting up the
Oh,
night.
yeah, that's good.
Are they actually brothers, or they're just brothers in the Johnson department?
And Adam, can I just tell you, if you go into any reputable department store and ask for the Johnson department, you will be escorted out.
What's your final answer?
I reckon it's Funk Up the Night.
I reckon it's light up the night.
I think that you're the team captain and you've done this show more so.
Go, Myf.
Light up the night.
Let's have a look. Now, Darren Hayes, before we go any further, I didn't realise, and we didn't realise when we booked you on this show, that you and Adam have a long-standing feud that goes back a few years.
We so don't.
Is it all...
Totally, you hate me. He hates me.
Well, years ago, there was a very edgy radio station that you used to work for.
Yes, a long time ago.
That never played me ever.
Never, ever.
Which never bothered me. But apparently, I used to do a... Oh, it was called a journal back then.
Now it's
called a blog. And you would read out my journals in a very camp voice on the radio.
Camper than my own voice, if you can believe it.
The thing is,
You must have been using special effects.
This is so weird because I actually thought it was hilarious. And because you were reading out my blogs, what I did one day, I wrote out promotion of stuff that I wanted them to say. So I'd be like, Dear Triple J, la, 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 la. And so I think you read out some of the stuff, but apparently everybody else was all freaked out that I'd be offended, but I thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was hilarious. But one of the Triple J presenters at the time, Will Anderson, nearly crashed his car when I read out the journal entry about me reading out the journal entry.
Oh, right.
Because it was like, as if Darren Hayes is ever going to hear about this. Oh, my God!
I arrived at the station today, and your people, I'll call them people, there's lots of them, he's got lots of people.
He's got people.
We're going, oh, you and Aaron, you guys have got a feud, and you apparently called him this word that rhymes with crump. And I was like, I did? And I'm like, well, I might have said that.
Nice way.
Into your face.
Yeah, a lot of people call me that to my face.
And in jest.
Are you all good now?
We've always been good.
Yeah, but we made out a little before, but that...
We so did not.
What's the bad word that rhymes with crump?
Oh, let's just move on. I'm bad at rhyming.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's a songwriter.
At the end of that round, the scores are Alan, Ella, Scott, Rhonda and Adam are on 4 points. Myf, Geoffrey, Dave, Darren and Felicity, 8 points. One team member will play some records for their teammates using a bicycle-powered record player. Your teammates have to identify the songs. And your DJ for tonight is a comedian famous for busting out his classic 80s-style dance moves on our show. Tonight, he's spinning discs instead of rupturing them. Please welcome Damian Callinan. Hi, welcome.
Oh, sorry. Do you mind using my new romantic name just for tonight?
Oh, sure. What's that?
The Scourge of Prussia.
Ladies and gentlemen, your DJ for tonight, The Scourge of Prussia.
Sounds like something you do when you get mixed.
Adam, you'll be riding for Alan and Rhonda.
Yay!
Would you like to make your way to the bicycle, please?
I'll get on the bike.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Richard.
Oh, not that bike. Sorry. Different bike. I do apologise.
That is bad. You watch that it doesn't get a flat tyre. Go on.
Oh, well, this thing hold me
You've
up.
got a bit of pink fluff out there.
You didn't have to see his face.
It's like a dog dragging its ass along the car.
Your time starts now.
Faster!
Imagine it faster.
You'll never walk alone.
Music song, please.
Keep on going. Baby, come back.
Baby, come back. Yes, by playing
That
next
was
song.
relatively easy.
Faster. Come on, Adam, you're going to have to give it some in this one.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh. I don't know. No, pass.
OK, pass on to the next one, please. It was To Cut a Long Story Short by Spandau Ballet.
Love you, so.
I love you.
I need you now. It's the loved one, isn't it?
The Loved One. Thank you very much, Adam Richard. Yes. Next song, please.
Keep on going.
Keep
Riding, honey.
It's called cardio.
I don't know what you're saying.
Slow down, please. Breaking up is hard to do.
Breaking up is hard to do, Neil Sedaka. Yes, next song.
Ring my bell.
No, on the right track.
It's a bit of disco.
Do the hustle.
I won't be alone anymore. Love don't live here anymore.
Love Don't Live Here Anymore, yes.
2, 3, 4, 5. That's it.
Time's
Slow
up.
down.
5 points for Adam Richard.
Have you got like a crane to get me out of here?
Oh, he's stuck.
Come on, I'll help you off. Come on, come on. Come on, love.
I haven't used these for years.
Come on. Come on, mate. You can do it.
Come on, big boy.
There you go.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Richard. Felicity, you'll be riding for Myf and Darren. If you'd like to make your way to the bike, ladies and gentlemen, Felicity Ward.
much prettier. Much
Okay.
Good thing.
All right,
Oh,
your
yeah, go.
time
Ready?
starts now.
Let me tell you now.
It's a rock song.
All right now.
All Right Now by Free. Yes, next song.
Tell me, give it to me one more time.
Do that to me one more time, Captain Antoinette. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
If I can, it's not if I can turn back time.
If I can turn back time, yes, it is. Next one.
It's my party.
It's My Party. Yes, it is.
Rock and roll.
Almost.
Rock on.
Rock On by David Essex. Yeah.
Oh, the first time ever I saw your face.
Yes, first time ever I saw your face, Roberta Flack. 6 points to Felicity Ward.
Can I have a body roll off?
Guys, thank you for helping us celebrate our final episode. Would you please thank Rhonda Burchmore, Adam Richard, Darren Hayes and Felicity Ward. Thank you, guys. And let's give it up for the Scourge of Prussia, Damian Callinan. At the end of that round, the scores are Alan, Ella, Scott, Rhonda and Adam are on 9 points. Myf, Geoffrey, Dave, Darren and Felicity, 14 points. Joining Alan for the next few rounds of the Spicks and Specks finale are a musician whose appearances on our show as Santa have spoken to a generation, and a comedian who now likes talking about her generation. Please welcome Brian, Cadd and Amanda Keller. And what's got 4 legs, spiky hair and Irish ancestry? No, it's not an Irish wolfhound. It's Myf's team, Brian Mannix and Jimeoin. Now, there's a lovely thing going on with this panel in particular, but the two Brians have been a mainstay of our Christmas shows on Spicks and Specks. Look, in case you hadn't worked it out, this Brian over here played Santa many times for us.
I don't know why, but it's just I was available, I think.
What was lovely was each time you had to come in and you had to go through makeup and wardrobe as they prepared you.
Well, the first time I did it was so disheartening because I was a bit unsure anyway, and I come in and the wardrobe person arrives with this massive stack of stuff and puts it down. She looks at me and she goes, well, we won't need the wig, definitely won't need the beard, and absolutely not the padding. That was my introduction to showbiz.
The other Brian, on the other hand...
Highlight for me was just having Peter Garrett throw things at me. You don't, it doesn't get like that every
He's never
day.
been on the show.
It was either that or Angry Anderson. It was one of them.
And look, whenever we're asked who have been your favourite guests, Myf has always said anyone from the 80s, and in particular sitting next to Brian Mannix.
It's been a highlight for me too, and I'm very sad that this is the last show because I miss hanging around with you guys. And the reason the show is so good is because you and you and you are so giving to your guests, and you always encourage everybody to have a crack, and you got no egos. Like, yeah, you'd be funny, yeah, it'd be great, great. And that's why the show has been so good. And congratulations to you.
My favourite time when Brian came on, he'd been on Fair Star the Fun Ship and he stayed up all night because he was going and you were coming in here the next day and we had to wake you up back in the green room. It was awesome.
Fair Star is a fun ship.
From what I heard, it was Brian Mannix in the green room asleep, but still holding your beer.
Gotta be professional.
Exactly.
And they said, Brian, you're on. And apparently, I only heard this like second hand, but apparently Brian went, oh, woke up, came out here, did his bit, went back in and went,
I'm an idiot, what can I say?
Round 4 tonight is called Mondegreens. I'm going to read out a misheard lyric. You have to buzz in and tell me the song that the correct lyric is from. Here is your first misheard lyric. Tuesdays I cry and Fridays mellow. Yes.
Oh.
You
say hello
and I say goodbye. Beatles,
The Beatles.
Beatles.
I need the name of the song, though.
Hello,
Hello, goodbye.
Hello, Goodbye by the Beatles. Thank you very much.
Well done.
Here's your next misheard lyric. Don't chew the leather on seats.
Don't you forget about me.
Don't you forget about me, Simple Minds. Well on me. You won't forget, this is your favourite round because...
I never got the words right in the first place, so this is fine. This makes perfect sense.
For you, I'm just reading out lyrics and you're going, oh, I know that song.
It's okay.
Twist in the bend, sly lonely bend, my friend.
This is the end.
By the Doors, yes it is. Well done, well done, Jimeoin. Here's your next one. My clever nan pays good price.
Why am I doing this?
It makes us look so stupid.
I know, it's just like a complaint, it's like I've got Tourette's, isn't it?
My clever nan pays the price, right? The ferryman? Don't pay the ferryman?
No. I'll sing it for both teams. My clever nan pays good price.
OK, that's weird, because it got harder.
It was Never Can Say Goodbye by Jackson 5. Going on. OK, here's your next one.
OK.
Would My Fellow Lick Toad?
Follow the Yellow Brick Road?
Not quite.
Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road.
Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road by Elton John. That's what I was looking for. Next one. Where woman covered in hair can't comb that bride.
She knows.
Where woman covered in hair can't comb that bride. Yes?
Road to Nowhere.
Road to Nowhere, Talking Heads. Well done.
Well done. Nice work.
All right, here's your next one.
OK.
Like a battery hen, I'll be gone down to Mornington.
Like a bat out of hell, I'll be gone. Yeah, Meatloaf.
Bat out of hell,
Don't make me
Meatloaf.
sing.
Yes, it is.
I like the idea of a battery hen making an escape and going to Mornington.
Climbing out of the coop and running away. Yeah, like a battery hen. Here's your final one. Steak and a knife, steak and a knife. Ah, ha, ha, ha.
Staying Alive.
Staying Alive by the Bee Gees, yes it is. Jimeoin, do you get competitive when you're on Spicks and Specks?
Yes, very much so.
You've won episodes, though, haven't you?
Have we? No, this is the first time I've been on this side. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. I've only had 2 wins. The last 2 times we've won, we've kicked.
And they can't actually put you and I together, Brian, because we actually look a little alike.
Do you know what's more alarming? People are telling me I look more like Margaret Pomerantz than...
Given that round of scores are Alan, Ella, Scott, Rhonda, Adam, Brian and Amanda have 13 points. Myf,
right.
Geoffrey, Dave, Darren, Felicity, Brian and Jimeoin, 17 points. Teams have to buzz in and identify the tunes being performed live in the studio. Tonight, your songs are being played by the man with the best collection of preserved organs outside Tutankhamun's tomb. Welcome back from the world of organs in Adelaide's Sunnyside Mall, the one, the only, Barry Morgan. Everyone on your buzzers, could we have song 1, please? It was Bye Bye Blackbird, yes it was. Next song, please. Alan's team got in first, yes.
Born to Run.
Born to Run, Bruce Springsteen, yes. Next song, please. Yes.
The carnival is over.
It's The Carnival is Over by the Seekers. Next song, please. Thanks,
These
Alan.
boots are made for walking.
These boots are made for walking by Nancy Sinatra.
Come on, Brian. Come on.
Final song, please. Yes, it is by R.E.M. End of the World. Ladies and gentlemen, Barry Moore. And would you please thank Brian Cadd, Amanda Keeler, Brian Mannix and Jimeoin. At the end of that round, Alan, Ella, Scott, Rhonda, Adam, Brian and Amanda have 17 points, just behind Myf, Geoffrey, Dave, Darren, Felicity, Brian and Jimeoin on 18 points. All right, it's time for the Spicks and Specks finale to get a little classy now, with an opera singer known for her luscious hair, perfect pout and slender frame, and a comedian known for his luscious hair, perfect pout and slender frame. It's Alan's next guests, Antoinette Halloran and Tommy Dean. Alongside Myf for the next 2 rounds are a renowned conductor and a comedian who hosted this year's Logies. They can both control a bunch of people who like blowing their own horns. Please welcome Richard Gill and Shane Bourne. And just a little behind-the-scenes moment that happened when Shane Bourne came on the show with Jimmy Barnes.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
In the segment called Substitute, Shane and Jimmy were both given books on this night, and they were in separate dressing rooms. And apparently our producer went into Jimmy's room and said, "Do you want to rehearse? Do you want to, you know, work out what you're going to sing?" And Jimmy went, "No, I'll be right. It'll be fine. That's all right." And then he heard you rehearsing and called it back in and went, "I might give it a crack." This round is called 1 out of 3 ain't bad. Each team will be told an obscure fact with 3 possible endings. You have to tell me the correct ending. Alan, Antoinette, Tommy, here is your fact. Arrangements for the burial of a time capsule at the site of Elvis's last ever gig were thrown into chaos when? A, the capsule was too wide to fit inside the marker and had to be sent to a welder for repairs. B, a jar of Elvis's favourite peanut butter broke inside the capsule, covering the contents in oily peanutty goo. Or C, lawyers representing Elvis's estate demanded that organisers pay royalties for the use of Elvis's image on the capsule. Which one of those is the correct answer?
Well, C sounds right, because I imagine the estate of Elvis incredibly litigious. But I do like peanut butter, so I'm finding it difficult to choose.
Well, truthfully, I'm a big fan of peanut butter myself, and you really got to work hard to mess up those bottles. The lids are well threaded. They tend to be in a glass. It is really hard to break a bottle of peanut butter.
Right. Well,
If you just had mayonnaise.
if they had to have an image of Elvis on the capsule, then it would be too wide, definitely, to go anyway, wouldn't it?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. So, yeah, like fat Elvis instead of slim comeback Elvis.
Yeah.
But it seems rude to blame the width on the capsule when it really sounds like lazy hole diggers.
OK, so what do you reckon the correct answer is?
I think it's the capsule was too wide.
It's true. As much as I want to defend the proper packaging of peanut butter, I have this horrible feeling that that's going to be the answer. But I'm going to go with whatever Alan says, or if Antoinette makes a compelling argument.
Why did the lawyers threaten to sue again?
They demanded that organisers pay royalties for the use of Elvis's image on the capsule.
Oh, I think it's that one. Lawyers always screw everything up. It'll be that one. It'll be C.
Well, we've reached an impasse, Adam. And if I remember rightly, and I do, I'm shit at this.
So the question is, do you take the punt that on our last ever show you might actually get this right?
Go on, Alan.
Or do you go with your teammates?
Go on, Alan.
You'd think I'd back myself, wouldn't you, Adam? You'd be wrong. Actually, I'm going to back myself.
So you're going to say the correct answer is?
A, the capsule was too wide, Adam. Too wide for the hole into which they were going to put it.
Alan, the correct answer is arrangements for the burial of a time capsule at the site of Elvis's last ever gig were thrown into chaos when A, the capsule was too wide.
Now's as good a time as any to announce that I have cancer. And this will be my final act. If you're watching me get this right, I'm already dead.
That is magic.
That was a beautiful moment, Alan, bro. You went with your gut, you backed yourself, and you finally got one of these right.
Yeah, exactly. And it's only taken 274 shows, Adam.
Yes. The whole thing took place at the Marketplace Arena, which was the site of Elvis's last gig. It was demolished in a controlled explosion in 2001, after which it was announced the building has left Elvis. Listen, before we move on, Antoinette, and correct me if I'm wrong, I understand you were actually cast in an opera. I believe it was for the role of Rosalka because of something that happened on this show.
No, well, nearly.
Right.
I was asked to sing an aria from the role of Rosalka on the soundtrack of a new Willem Dafoe movie.
Oh!
Because they needed someone who knew this particular aria in Czechoslovakian, and there aren't that many people in the world that sing Rosalka in Czechoslovakian. And so I went and recorded it, and then afterwards I said to the sound technician, how did I get this gig? And they said, oh, someone remembered you talking about your boobs on Spicks and Specks when you were singing Rosalka in Czechoslovakian.
And was it something about chicken fillets, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I forgot to put my chicken fillets in and my breasts weren't sitting up high enough and I was distressed. But to all those women out there and all those bitchy sopranos that say I only come on this show and talk about sex and my boobs, well, Willem Dafoe and I are like that.
Myf, Richard, Shane, here is your fact. When Daniel Auber's opera about rebellious Neapolitan fishermen La Muetta di Portici opened in Brussels in August 1830... Did I pronounce that terribly?
Really that was fantastic. I've never heard of it.
You've never heard of it? Great. When it premiered in Brussels in August 1830, things got off to a shaky start when... A. Local fishermen were so outraged they tossed buckets of herring into the orchestra pit, ending the show's run. B. A riot spilled out into the street, sparking a rebellion that ended Dutch rule in Belgium. Or C. The Italian ambassador declared the opera racist and successfully petitioned the Belgian government to have Auber's visa cancelled. Which one of those is the correct answer?
OK, you're a conductor. Is A likely, Richard?
A is very likely. There are many times you want to throw a fish at the orchestra. But what was the opera called, please?
It was called La Muetta di Portici.
Which
means?
The Muetta of Portici.
Well said, Adam. Well said.
Is there a long history of rioting in
There's
opera?
a history of rioting
Or around
ballet.
opera?
Really?
Yeah, Rite of Spring, there was a riot when Stravinsky did Rite of Spring. People threw things at the stage and they had to call the police.
Was it because he played it out of season? Like, was it in the winter?
Now,
when was this opera supposedly staged?
It was August 1830.
Well, no, herring weren't around then. They didn't come into fashion until...
fish.
That's right.
Well, 1830, OK, well, there was a revolution in Europe in 1830.
Was it started by an opera?
Why not? I love the idea of an opera bringing a government to its knees.
But why would an opera about Neapolitan fishermen bring a government?
I don't think it matters what it's about.
Because of the three flavours, no one wanted the
Someone had to go there.
I know. I couldn't control myself any longer.
There it is. Yeah. Look, I don't have a clue.
But we like the way you think, so I think we should...
Do we want to go with B?
I think we should
You want to go with B?
It's highly unlikely,
let's
so
go
we go
with
with B.
All right, the correct answer is La Muetta di Portici. Opened in Brussels, things got off to a shaky start when B. In a very sketchy history, things were a little bit tense in Belgium at the time. There was an opera about a rising in nationalism, and everyone came out of the opera going, that's a good idea. And there were already people in the street who were tense. They joined in, and then suddenly...
The herring went mad.
1830 Revolution.
The 1830 Revolution. Now, I heard something about you on public transport recently chastising a young lady.
Yeah. I hate people with earphones whose music is shared universally.
Ooh. Yep.
I don't mind what I listen to, but I don't feel I should have to listen to it.
Yeah.
And I got on the train at Flinders Street, and about 6 seats away there was a young girl, and she's going... and I turned around and went... and she looked back at me, and she got out a mobile phone, and she went... Da ist eine sehr, sehr alter Mann auf dem Zug and ist eine alter Fahrt. We both got out at Melbourne Central and I walked up and I said, Das Wort für Fahrt auf Deutsch ist Furzer. Auf Wiedersehen.
Spectacular.
Can I just say, I can't wait to get home and translate that and laugh and laugh.
If my German isn't incorrect, what she said was
There's a really old man on the train and he is a journey. Because fart in German is journey. But what she was actually calling me was a fart. I was an old fart.
And what you said was...
The word for fart in German is Furzer.
And you didn't use that, you nincompoop.
Wow. At the end of that round, the scores are Alan, Ella, Scott, Rhonda, Adam, Brian, Amanda, Antoinette and Tommy have 18 points. Myf, Geoffrey, Dave, Darren, Felicity, Brian, Jimeoin, Richard and Shane still in front, 19 points. Two members of each team have to describe an artist to their teammate using one word each. The answers will be shown to the audience and you may not use any words that are in the answer. Richard, you'll be guessing for Myf and Shane. If you'd like to put on the Spicks Specks, please. Ladies and gentlemen, Richard Gill.
Take that on the train next time.
Yeah, 45 seconds, one word each. Your time starts now.
God, I hate this game. Well. Composer.
Composer?
Amadeus.
The artist, Wolfgang Mozart.
Yeah!
Mozart is absolutely what we were looking for.
Thank God for you, mate.
OK, next artist, one word each.
Rock.
Clock. Bill Haley.
Yes! Sorry.
Next artist.
Oh. Liam.
Oh, sorry, no, I'm not whispering.
Liam was the first one?
Yeah, Liam Brothers.
Liam and Brothers. Does that help you at all?
We mucked it up. We're not very good at this game.
I don't have the vaguest idea.
No.
It's Oasis, who we were looking for.
I should have said no.
I think you should have said desert water.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, that's the thinking we need. Here's
As a clue.
Palm trees.
Next artist.
What an idiot. Camel.
Oh.
Oh.
Opera.
Oh, no, I know. Peach.
Nelly Melba.
Oh, this is fun.
Next artist.
It's horrible.
Yes, it's a hideous game.
Oh, goodness me.
Oh, that's hard. Oh, is that?
You can pass.
That's hard.
That's hard.
Let's pass and hope the next one's a bit easier.
Bloody Tommy's yelling at
Quando.
Yeah, but...
Oh, Quando.
Quando Humperdinck. Oh, sorry.
All right, next one. Do you know what? I tell you what. I'm even going to open this up to the audience. There's a woman over there with a hand up. One word. K. Someone up there with your hand. What?
Oh, yeah!
Sarah. Do the words K and
Doris Day.
Richard, you got 4 right, ladies and gentlemen. Richard Gill.
Thanks, guys.
Antoinette, you'll be guessing for Alan and Tommy. Here are your Spicks Specks, if you'd like to put those on, please. Ladies and gentlemen, Antoinette Halloran.
Yay!
Your time starts now.
Jelly.
Preserve.
Jelly and preserve. Does that help at all?
Jelly? It's a person, is it?
It's a band or an artist.
But perhaps we're coming at this laterally. Think desert and water.
Hell damn!
Sorry?
You said the jam.
The jam!
The jam! Good. All right, here's the next one.
I think that might have been Greek. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, Greek.
Soprano.
Greeks.
Maria Callas.
Maria Callas, yes, well done.
I almost said Sally.
Next.
Teen.
Teen?
We're on to the next one.
All right. I'm going to play the game the way Alan is lining it up here.
Well, no, you start it then.
No, I wanted to start with Valhalla.
Oh, OK.
Oh, God, Tommy, just do what's easy.
No,
I like teen better than Valhalla.
Teen and Valhalla.
Yeah, those are the two words.
Nirvana.
Yes, it is Nirvana. Well done. Let's get the next one up on the screen.
Citrus.
Oh, that was my word. And I will say cranium.
The lemon head?
Yeah! The lemon head.
I'm more intelligent with these on. I'm going to wear them all the time.
Can I just say they make you look more intelligent?
And they make you look like you're looking at your own boobs.
Next one.
Valhalla.
Oh,
no, I am kidding.
Look, I'll set up the second half and then you go backwards.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
Recliner.
Oh, Chrome.
Chrome recliner.
silver chair.
That was the buzzer. 5 points for Antoinette Halloran. For now, would you please thank Antoinette Halloran, Tommy Dean, Richard Gill and Shane Bourne. After that round, the scores are dead set even. Alan, Ella, Scott, Rhonda, Adam, Brian, Amanda, Antoinette and Tommy have 23 points. Myf, Geoffrey, Dave, Darren, Felicity, Brian, Jimeoin, Richard and Shane also 23 points. Alan's final guests for tonight are a singer and a comedian who both have the power to make you cry when they sing, but for completely different reasons. Please welcome Megan Washington and Peter Helliar.
I don't get it.
Myth's final guests are a singer who makes people think about locking up their daughters and a comedian who's proof that some parents should be locked up as well. It's Sultan and Denise Scott. Scotty, it's a joy having you back as well, because every time Denise Scott has appeared on this show, you've busted out a story out of the blue that no one was aware of your life story. Are there any left?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing left.
And Pete, one of my memories of you on this show is sitting next to a lady who has sadly left us by the name of Ari Up.
Yes.
From the Slits.
Yes, and I didn't know much about Ari Up before I met her, and I had the pleasure of sitting next to her, but to say she was nutty would be offensive to nuts. She was on the same episode as Weird Al Yankovic.
Yep.
And I remember him going into some kind of like parody, like did a bit of a gag, as he does. And Ari Up just went, "Oh, that's brilliant! You should do that for a living."
Hey, can I quickly, because I was thinking about one of my memories is sitting next to a muso, won't say who, and he was very nervous, very nervous. You'll remember this, Myf, or maybe not. And he, you know how David Helfcott talks really rapidly and stream of conscious, like, and
I thought he was well spoken earlier on the show tonight, to be honest.
Yes, he was too.
Yeah.
But this muso was talking like that the whole way through the show, and no one else could hear it. And I'm just wanting to go around, shut the fuck up. Of course, I didn't. It being a family show, it always has been, always will be. But yes,
It was very distracting.
It was amazing, wasn't it? It's just how are you? Shut up.
All right, let's kick on with the next round. It's musician or serial killer.
Oh.
I'm going to show each team a photograph. You have to tell me whether the person in question is a musician or a serial killer. Myf, Dan and Denise.
Sorry, I just said it sounds like all my boyfriends, but...
Here is your photo. Is that a musician or a serial killer?
I think that's a serial
You
killer.
reckon, why? Why do you think serial killer?
Well, I've been watching Crime Channel a lot lately.
And you recall
And there's a show called Serial Killers Sundays.
Oh, I do watch that.
Yes.
That's good.
And they all look very similar.
They do. And he's also wearing one of those jackets.
That looks like an old 40s, 50s prison grade.
He could be a very poor musician.
He could be a very rich musician as well.
Yes.
Or a rich serial killer.
Or a poor serial killer.
Or just cold.
Just a cold.
Just
cold
cold.
gentleman.
Wearing a jacket.
Or he could be a serial killer that likes to play a bit of folk tunes whilst in prison. Lucky little lady.
Well, he's got a... I recognise his face, but I don't know if that's from a music channel or a crime channel.
I reckon go with your gut instinct.
Is that Music Channel Monday that you've been watching?
Myf, what are you going to go with?
Serial killer.
We'll go with you, serial killer. I've got no idea. Serial killer.
That is serial killer Albert DeSalvo, also known as the Boston Strangler. Alan, Megan, Pete, here's your photo. Musician or serial killer?
Oh.
Musician.
Yeah,
whatever
musician.
he's done, he's worked in porn. I mean, that's...
I reckon he's probably some Russian classical composer. It's Rimsky-Korsakov or something like that.
Well, two things Russians love is opera and killing people. So, I mean, that's where it's tough.
Goodness me, in the world of generalisations, that's up there.
OK, I left tennis out, but OK.
I think musician.
I want to go musician.
Well, I'm not going to argue. Musician.
Musician.
That is musician, composer Igor Stravinsky.
Stravinsky.
You're even... Yeah. As if there'd be a serial killer called Igor. After that round, Alan, Ella, Scott, Rhonda, Adam, Brian, Amanda, Antoinette, Tommy, Megan and Pete have 24 points. Myf, Geoffrey, Dave, Darren, Felicity, Brian, Jimeoin, Richard, Shane, Dan and Denise, also 24 points. One member of each team will be singing well-known songs using the words of an unrelated piece of text. Your teammates have to identify the songs. Dan, you'll be singing first for Myf and Denise, and you'll be taking your lyrics from Castration, an abbreviated history of Western manhood.
Interesting.
That's your book. Those are your songs, ladies and gentlemen, for the last time. Dan, Sultan.
Okay. All right, this is very scary for me.
Castration, usually.
Well, song. So, song one, please.
So try to guess them quickly.
Well, sing them well, I guess.
No promises, Pete. All right. Women do not want to castrate men in a physio-analytical sense. In my experience, most of them do not want to be men, and most of them do not hate men either. Most do not hate men either.
Yes.
Cry. Come on. You know it. Cry.
It's Crying by Roy Orbison.
Okay.
Song two, please.
I had to ask my direct opponent, a good friend of mine, Megan Washington, what this word was today.
It means chop off your dick. That's what it means.
Oh, it's actually eunuch. That's what the word is. So it's pretty similar. All right. All right.
Come on, buddy.
You're not actually having a castration.
But it feels like
I'd almost prefer it. All right. Eunuchs were envied. Such stories presume that eunuchs are usually socially identified by the signs that can be easily imitated, like beardlessness, wearing earrings or special uniforms. Why would an intact human want to pass as a castrate?
All I can think about is castration. I can't think of anything.
I'm going to throw it over to this side because I think they know, yeah?
Sing more, sing more, sing more.
Can't help myself.
I'm going to take a punt and say Helliar buzzed in then.
Is it Can't Help Myself?
It's Can't Help Myself by the Four Tops. No one gets that point. I'm going to let that go through to the keeper. Final song, please.
If castrated males were for such reasons much esteemed in the courts and households of the classical world, they were equally admired for musical reasons. When a boy is castrated for puberty, his voice, it never breaks or deepens the usual tone.
Stop castration!
The musical potential was realised and included the first note.
Oh,
you know the song.
No, I just went, oh. I feel I do.
Do you want me to sing?
Does anyone?
Yeah, get the
Hang on.
chorus again.
There's one guy in the audience. Yes, yes, sir. Please Don't Go. It's Please Don't Go by Casey and the Sunshine Band.
That's perfectly fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Sultan.
Can I just say to people on this side of the audience, look your fucking game.
Megan, you'll be singing for Alan and Pete, and you'll be taking your lyrics from Little People Who Became Great by Laura A. Large.
Oh.
That's your book, those are your songs. Ladies and gentlemen,
Thanks.
Megan Washington.
Okay.
OK, song one, please.
Number one. I'm counting on you.
OK.
So don't let me down.
You're looking at Alan, yeah?
It is easy to guess what Henry did that most boys like to do. He played ball and flew a kite. Sometimes he went swimming or hunting with his big brother. When the circus came to town, Henry was there.
Have you...
I was just relieved nobody got their balls cut off, to be honest.
If you have no idea, I think the other team do.
Yeah, no
I'm going to
idea,
throw
sorry.
it over, yeah?
Go down.
I Will Always Love You.
Yeah.
It's I Will Always Love You by Dolly Parton or Whitney Houston.
I saw Kevin Costner come in the room just then.
But you're on some heavy medication. Song two, please.
Harriet made her father happy in these ways. Before she was 6 years old, she had learned 27 hymns beside this she could repeat too long. Chapters of the Bible. Mr. Beecher was a minister and liked to have his daughter learn verses from the Bible. He liked to have her write stories also.
Yes.
Good Riddance by Green Day.
Good Riddance, Time of Your Life by Green Day, yeah.
Okay.
Final song, please, Megan.
I like this one.
Good. On your what, sorry?
Oh, fuck it, I do.
Hey, come on, everybody, stay friends. Not long to go.
Shut the fuck up, Denise.
All right, final song.
This wasn't the last time that Wolfgang wrote music when he was well enough to be about again. He kept writing beautiful pieces. He wrote and wrote for many years. There were more than 600 of his pieces, and he worked very hard, for he was only a young man when he died. Now it is your turn to work hard. Also, Wolfgang had, this is hilarious, a long name, and you will want to learn to read it. And this is Wolfgang's long name. Johannes Chrysostomus Wolfgang Theophilus Sigismundus Mozart.
Absolutely no idea.
I know the song. It's Tomorrow, but I'm not sure if it's the Annie or Silverchair version. I'm not quite sure. Annie, we'll go with Annie.
It's Tomorrow from the musical Annie. Ladies and gentlemen, Megan Washington.
Thank you.
At the end of that round, the scores are dead set even still. Alan, Ella, Scott, Rhonda, Adam, Brian, Amanda, Antoinette, Tommy, Megan and Pete are on 26 points. Myf, Geoffrey, Dave, Darren, Felicity, Brian, Jimeoin, Richard, Shane, Dan and Denise, also 26 points. It's time for the final countdown. Teams, hands on your buzzers. 1 point for a correct answer, 1 point off for a wrong answer. May I remind you, the scores are dead set even. Your questions start now.
No, I can't take it. Stand attention. All right, let's go.
All right, come on, team.
OK, here you go. This game, the final countdown, was named after a song, yes?
By Europe.
By Europe, yes.
Called the final countdown.
Yes.
That's 2 points.
Thank you. According to the Chicago hit from the 70s, If You Leave Me Now, You'll Take Away...
The biggest part of me.
Yes, the biggest part of me. In 2010, the Ending on a High Note tour was embarked upon by which 80s synth-pop band from Norway? On April 13, 2001, Kiss played their last farewell tour show at which Australian rules football stadium?
Was it Etihad?
No, Carrara on the Gold Coast.
Oh, really?
Have a listen to this. Name the song. Yes.
The angel.
Shut the fuck.
You need to see your face again.
Am I ever going to see your face again, the Angels?
Stop!
In the 50s song, See You Later, Alligator, what other large reptile, yes,
In a while, crocodile.
is mentioned in the chorus?
boo.
In 2006, which punk princess played the last show at the famous New York venue, yes?
It'd be Patti Smith at CBGB's.
CBGB's, it was Patti Smith. The collection of final songs by Franz Schubert is known as the Schwanengesang, which means what in English? Yes.
Anyone speak?
You're looking at me. Like, could it be a Strasbourg?
Schwanengesang means swan song.
Oh.
According to the
Sounds like this.
According to the closing time tune, Wherever I May Roam, on land or sea or foam, you will always hear me singing what song?
Show me
the way to go home.
Show me the way to go home. And your final countdown question. Peaking at number 1 on the Australian charts, number 2 in the Netherlands, and number 28 on the German charts was what sentimentally melancholy breakthrough hit for the Bee Gees? Yes.
Spicks and Specks.
Spicks and Specks. At the end of the Spicks and Specks finale, the final scores were Myf, Geoffrey, Dave, Darren, Felicity, Brian, Jimeoin, Richard, Shane, Dan and Denise had 28 points. Alan, Ella, Scott, Rhonda, Adam, Brian, Amanda, Antoinette, Tommy, Megan and Pete won the day with 30 points.
Well done.
It's weird.
What's that?
It's weird that was the final countdown. It's like getting your virginity back.
Wow. I can't even imagine that.
Would you please thank all our guests for tonight, including our final panellists, Dan Sultan, Denise Scott, Megan Washington and Peter Helliar. Can we also have a massive round of applause for all the musicians and comedians that have appeared on Spicks and Specks over the last 7 years, for all the audience members that came into the studio to help us make the shows, and of course, for you at home for watching and supporting us. This has pretty much been the most fun job I've ever done in my life, and none of it would have been possible without the astounding music knowledge and genuine friendship of our two team captains. Firstly, the Rock of Ages, Alan Brough. And the heart and soul, Myf Warhurst. Of course, every ending is a new beginning, and as a small chapter in Australian music comes to a close, another one is restarting. To close the show this evening and send us off in style, the newly reformed Uncanny X-Men are going to play us out for good. It's been an honour hosting this show for the past 7 years, and on behalf of everyone here who's worked so hard to make sure it gets to air every week for the last time, thanks for watching Spicks and Specks. My name's Adam Hills. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Australia.
Time we were leaving, well, I want more for the road. But you know, it don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. So while we're still together, to cry. Don't mean nothing. No, it don't mean nothing. 'Cause we've got this night together. We'll have it now forever. Don't tell me now, won't you write me a letter? We got this night together. We'll have now forever. Don't tell me now, won't you send me an email, baby? Where will we be in 50 years? Where will we be in 50 years? Where will we be in 50 years? Or two. Well, I could even be at school, or I could drive a taxi. I could drive a hearse. To tell the truth, things could be worse. 'Cause when I'm getting older, life is too good to work. I'll tell you something I'm learning. 'Cause everybody wants to work. Oh, no, not me. Everybody wants to work. Oh, no, not me. Everybody wants to work. Oh, no, not me. Everybody wants to work. Not me. Everybody wants to work. Oh, no, not me. Everybody wants to work. Oh, no, not me. It's not me. Let's go, Spike.